Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
Well, I find myself in a weird place. From someone who was criticizing everything to do with Dragon Ball Daima to someone defending it only a few months later, never would have saw this happening, but here we are because episode 15 of Dragon Ball Daima just dropped, and the reaction from the community is loud, guys. It is loud, it is clear, and all the issues that I thought Daima had before, this episode seems to solidify for a lot of different people and has confused a lot of Goku's history, conflating it with what we have now in Daima. So I'm here to clear it up for you guys because I am one of the few Dragon Ball fans that knows how to read. I know you guys, whoever's watching this video, also knows how to read. You guys are awesome. But let me know what you guys thought of the latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima, episode 15, and if you like the episode or understand the backlash for the episode, because if this is a bad episode, we are truly blessed, because this episode, if this is the worst that they have, then the bar is pretty high, to be honest with you, because this was a damn good episode. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's jump in. This is the first time since Resurrection of F, since the Moro arc, that I've seen a battle in Dragon Ball. There are not that many battles in Dragon Ball, and when I'm saying battles, I'm not talking about 1 for 1, maybe 2 for 2, you know, like we normally see. Those battles are dime a dozen. I'm talking about warfare, an actual battle, something that is absolutely real. Even in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, we mainly get Gohan versus the Gammas. The Red Ribbon Army really doesn't do much in that scenario. So this whole episode is almost an entire war episode. It is Goku and the gang from the top side attacking the kingdom of the demon realm. That's essentially what it is. And to me, I love the way that they pulled this off. So first and foremost, people are upset because of the way that these henchmen, these soldiers, their weapons operated. So their weapons, all of them, all the laser weapons are all paralyzing weapons. If you get hit by them, you're paralyzed, you're numb. Goku got hit instantly, and he was paralyzed for a few seconds. Essentially, if you get hit by something bigger, like a tank that we saw in the episode, you get paralyzed for a lot longer, which happened to both Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo. Meaning that these weapons are as strong as someone who has been a Super Saiyan or around Super Saiyan level. Not saying that they were those levels when they got hit. I'm saying that someone that has reached those levels, these weapons are basically golden against them. And they were definitely what people were angry about in this episode, but I'm here to rant a little bit because how could you? And if these weapons were not in this episode, if the way that this episode did not play out, then I would have a hard time seeing the demon realm be an actual threat, an actual organization. We saw in Resurrection of Frieza, we saw those weapons and those soldiers, that battle that took place with armies against the Z Fighters. That battle itself was great, and we saw a lot of those weapons sort of working, but not really. They were on the weaker end of weapons, but they still work sometimes, and some of the soldiers were strong enough to go to toe-to-toe with some of the Z Fighters. So that was a good battle, but we saw those weapons take place, and we saw those weapons actually work. We saw a weapon hit Goku directly in the chest from Sorbet, I think his name was, and it took him out. That's how strong weapons can be in Dragon Ball. Certain weapons can be in Dragon Ball. Shit, Goku got hit and injured by a gun in one of the episodes. Y'all think that I forgot about that episode? No. I made several videos years ago, almost a decade ago, talking about that episode. But that episode shows us that these characters can get injured if their guard is down, or they're just on a more weakened level, or they're just on a weaker base. They can get injured. And then the Moro arc happens, and we get soldiers there as well. And the soldiers are doing good. They're fighting. They use less weapons, but they are fighting. We have androids that are basically weapons, and they are as strong as Super Saiyan Blue. But then we have Dragon Ball Super Superhero. And this, to me, is the reason that I'm saying, this is the main reason, actually, that I'm saying, if the Demon Realm did not have these weapons and these soldiers, like, holding these weapons, then I would be tuned out from the Demon Realm. I would not think of them as an actual threat. And this episode made me think of them as an actual threat and not just Majin Ku and Majin Du. In Dragon Ball Super Superhero, we get the Gammas. They don't use energy beams, at least not what we saw. They use pistols that are as strong as a Super Saiyan Blue level. Let me reiterate that. These pistols, these weapons are as strong in certain cases that we've seen in this movie and in the manga as Super Saiyan Blue level. They can harm people around that level, Ultimate Gohan, Yellow Piccolo. Like, these are strong as guns, and they're made by humans. These Gammas are as strong as Super Saiyan Blues, and they were made by humans. Cell Max is as strong as Broly. He's created by humans. The fact that humanity is so strong in creating these weapons, and the rest of the universes are not even around that same level, is really honestly one of the huge black holes of Dragon Ball. It's a huge iceberg. It could be a game-breaking deal, honestly, if they didn't explain it. Now, the Frieza Force seems to have weapons like that. We've seen in the Moro arc different entities and different situations in Granola arc where other people have strong weapons as well, which is great. But the Demon Realm is the Demon Realm, and if they did not have these weapons that can stun in the way that they do, then I would not take them seriously. And the fact that they do stun instead of actually injure for the most part, to me, is a huge relief. I like the fact that they stun, because that to me means that they are strong to stun, but not strong enough to take on Goku and the gang, who have been trouncing their other Demon Realms and the Tamagamis. The biggest issue most people have, besides the weapons in this episode, is Goku. And it's funny it's Goku because Vegeta and Piccolo are also there, and they also did what they did in this situation. But it's mainly Goku because people are conflating and mixing up Goku, the one what we see, versus the one that we see in Dragon Ball. The biggest thing that I've heard is that Dragon Ball Goku can take out the entire Red Ribbon Army by himself, but he can't take out the Demon Realm. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Two different Gokus, two different scenarios. The one in Dragon Ball is weaker. It's a child Goku. Legit a child. And he is so much stronger than the whole Red Ribbon Army, which is a great story plot and story element. Those humans did not do anything. Weapons, guns. They only really have guns besides some of the mechs. That's basically it. They're cooked. That's why they had to elevate to make androids. That was the whole reason Dr. Gero did what he did. The Demon Realm is different. It's a fantasy realm with creatures that are as strong as Kid Buu, as strong as Deborah. This is a completely different realm, and this is a different Goku. This is not a child Goku. It is Goku but miniaturized. And he even says it in the episode. The miniaturization is what is affecting his body. So anyone saying like, oh, Goku, why isn't he like doing more damage or whatever? The miniaturization did affect how those lasers react to his body. They do more damage. But yet he still was able to go into Super Saiyan and take out rows and rows of these henchmen. And they essentially won. Originally, they won. They won that whole battle. But all of them were playing clearly how they're supposed to. Goku still did the Red Ribbon Army thing with the power pole, facing off hand-to-hand close combat. And this is after seeing Vegeta get cooked by using long range, which he was outnumbered. No matter how fast or how strong he is, he was still completely outnumbered, showing that they can get outnumbered. It was an army they were facing. Piccolo the same. Then they faced tanks. They needed an army of their own, and that's when they got reinforcements. This entire episode has groundbreaking and amazing story elements, story building, and power scaling with the weapons and just keeping me on the edge of my seat, which is crazy that I'm the one defending this stuff when the majority of what seems to be the Dragon Ball Daima fan base is upset with this episode. No, it was a great episode. It showed how powerful the Demon Realm actually is by also giving us a power-up that they've been talking about since the first episode with the evil eye, the third eye. Hibiscus, one of the best characters in Dragon Ball, hands down. One of my favorite. I absolutely love him. He is fantastic. The fact that he had the most powerful Demon Realm weapon as a belt buckle is hilarious to me, and him not simping but getting a hat to give it away is great writing. Absolutely fantastic. But now we have this third eye, Demon Eye, and we get to see why it's gone. Deborah wanted it to go away because he wanted to take the throne from his father, only to be susceptible to all sorts of magic after that, and that's where he got under the control of Babidi, because he didn't have the demon eye. The demon eye is going to give Goma powers he needs to face off against Goku and the team and Majin Buu, all of them, making him an actual threat. This is a great episode of Dragon Ball Daima, not only giving us great story elements, but also, again, great power scaling and making the Demon Realm actually a threat. And that's something that I love, and that was sorely missing up until this episode. I think that's why people were upset, because it's just a sharp change. But no, these guys were outnumbered by weapons that, again, if the humans can build these weapons and the Frieza Force can build those weapons, then the originals, the OGs, the demons should be able to build something like that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this episode in the comment section below.
Subscribe for more content.